Well, folks, we officially have our Wonder Woman in the DC Universe.
Some video game things happened this week.
And today's theme on Pretty Much It is regret.
Today is Friday, December 6th, 2013. Welcome to Pretty Much It.
Without Eric always telling me what day it is, I would be lost in just this helpless void of just no day, no time.
At least
guess
on
what?
Fridays.
It's the 12th. I already got it wrong.
Uh,
Hey, welcome to Pretty Much It. We've got a couple of stories to talk about this week, but before we get to that, in the info, we have linked YouBarelyWantToHearThis.com, and that is the website of a man named Addison who does our music. I totally forgot to say last week that he, of course, does the music for 3.0 as well as everything
really
else
good.
prior to that, and he's fantastic. I absolutely love him.
He's also a handsome man.
So check him out. Also linked in the info is Patreon.com. I couldn't remember what it was, but in case you don't know, we did mention it last week and we posted a video about it. Patreon.com, you can pledge. It's kind of like Kickstarter for, if you love watching our videos, you can help support us on patreon.com/prettymuchit. And you can see there are all different perks and stuff like that. You see bonus clips, which people have already gotten a couple of great bonus clips. One of which is called PMI Dicks. I will say that. But basically, we are very, very close. We're more than halfway to our first goal of 250 per episode, which will allow us to just take the ads off completely. No more commercial breaks or any business like that. But definitely check it out, and thank you very much to those of you that have supported. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, everyone who's done it so far, just know that amongst the perks, you also get just a very special place in all of our collective hearts. In the cockles of life.
No proof, but you have to believe us on that one.
It's in there. It's in there. It's a fatty buildup.
And I blow each of you a kiss.
I need a valve replacement.
Well, we'll see them at the Google Hangout, the monthly Google Hangout that they get to go to, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Also linked down in the info, you know what you won't find?
Oh, my parents.
Reviews, because we're super behind on reviews. But you know what? Check out our friends. Check out the Schmoes. Check out Stuckman. Check out Jeremy Johns. Everybody does movie reviews, folks, and if you want to know what they think, check them out.
They're pretty good.
We're good for now.
If you like opinions...
We don't have them right now. Go somewhere else.
So we listed a bunch of friends in the info. There you go. Check out their reviews for now while we're busy, and I hope you enjoy them.
They're better than us, is what we're saying.
And now, without further ado, let's get into this week's news, starting off with movie news.
Oh, that's the best.
Now,
that's the best news.
This was Spider-Man week all the way, I'll just say that.
Yes.
We're not going to talk about the trailer, we're not going to talk about the posters or anything, because that's pretty much the same as talking about the trailer. So make sure you check out the trailer segment linked in the info. Yeah. But I will say that there was, just to acknowledge, there were posters, there was this, there was that. We'll talk about all of that stuff in our trailer review, so make sure you don't miss it.
Yes. Much to discuss.
But arguably the biggest news this week, as far as news goes, not trailers and stuff,
Push it
is
in there.
The fact that Gal Gadot, I think is her name, has been cast in Batman Superman, or whatever they're calling it.
The Batman Superman film.
As Wonder Woman.
God,
Let's just get this clear. It's the Justice League.
Yeah.
Okay?
So.
It's the Justice League.
Well,
it has to be.
No,
it
I don't
is.
think so. I disagree.
I think they're disguising it.
Yeah.
If not, then holy shit.
Yeah.
What are they doing? I hope they're doing the Justice League. What a mess.
First of all, I'm pretty shocked that we're hearing Wonder Woman before Lex Luthor or anything like that.
Okay. Now here's the thing to think about. Okay, so if you think it's not the Justice League, then what would you think? You think that they're just gonna set her up as oh hey Diana, and then
hello, I am Diana.
But then what? They would do a Wonder Woman movie at some point? Because I don't know if you know, but this actress. She's a model first.
She's not going to be able to hold her own movie.
She can't. I mean, no offense to her. Yeah. I've seen her before in the Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah, she's good.
Which that's what she's from, right? Yeah.
She's good and she's pretty.
Not bad. Yeah, she's pretty, but what does that mean?
That's one of my biggest grumps with the whole Wonder Woman idea. Wonder Woman can be done right. He can, because I looked it up, and the current new 52 version of Wonder Woman is they actually know what they're doing. It's she's not just a hot white girl.
Right.
She actually looks like an Amazon.
She's like a warrior.
Yeah, she looks like a warrior.
Well, guess what? They are not.
No, they're not going for that. They're going just for the hot. Look, I'm a girl.
Does the new one even have a secret identity? Probably not.
No, the new one?
Because who gives a crap?
No, yeah, she's just the Amazon princess.
Yeah. So, I don't know what to think. I mean, of course, as usual, we're DC haters.
I think a woman can still pull off being physically imposing without being jacked.
No,
however, her frame is just not.
She's very slender.
She is not just thin, but she's model.
Like,
thin.
like imagine like a Wonder Woman movie. She busts down the door to like the bad guy
Yeah.
hideout.
Her foot would break.
Yeah, and she's just like, I'm Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Like the wind is blowing through.
Yeah, it's like she trips.
But
yeah.
there are people who say like, "Oh, I'm sure she'll bulk up for the role." She won't because she's a model first. That's her career.
Maybe
She's
if
not
they-
gonna- hell?
She's not gonna be super jacked.
Well, it's the same reason why they got the Transformers movies. Like they just want just people to see it.
They can't really be just getting someone who's
I
attractive.
think that's exactly why. If they wanted to get a good Wonder Woman, they would have hired an actress.
There's
who
a
knows
lot
how
of
to
other
act,
names going around
so-
that were much better than her. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do admit.
All right, so then we'll see. But now, aside from her, what do you think about Wonder Woman being in the movie? I certainly think it's a mess.
It sounds like a mess.
It
already.
sounds like
No,
it's
you know
too
what?
many.
It's supposed to be about Batman versus Superman.
It's supposed to be about Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
And then they threw in Batman.
Right, so Superman
They threw in
and
Wonder
Batman, and Nightwing, and
Oh God, I forgot.
maybe the Flash, and I don't know.
I don't.
Yeah.
You know, I
And-
can't get words
He's
out.
having a stroke.
I can't get words coming out. I'm having a super stroke.
Oh man, like I try and picture it, and it could maybe be good, but if she's like a big part of the movie, my big thing is like, well, we have Superman, we only barely care about him. We're trying to care about
imagine
him.
all
And now
of
we
them-
gotta also be like, oh, Batman too.
Yeah, well, now, imagine if they're setting up the Justice League. Imagine all of that. Let's imagine the three we have right now. It's Ben Affleck, Cavill, what's his name, right?
Henry
And
Cavill.
Gal Gadot. That's how you pronounce it.
And just imagine her next to them. Like she's this, and they're like this.
It's weird. The whole thing is very strange.
Well,
it feels like she's like a sidekick.
Yeah, which is a problem, which is what everyone's worried about, is that the female's going to be underrepresented.
Now, in the new comic books that are actually, I believe, make Wonder Woman an interesting character, her whole thing is that she is involved in very heavy Greek mythology. Like she fights Hades and all that kind of stuff.
Mike, she's going to make out with Batman.
She's gonna make out with Batman.
Yeah.
So she's gonna make out with Batman.
If anyone,
Next!
if anybody, she's making out with Superman.
She's going to make out with both of them, mark my words.
Yo,
Could you imagine
There's gonna be
they put a girl into the movie just
to make out? Oh no.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh,
Zack
no,
Snyder
man.
isn't the best at this kind of stuff, I don't think. But
gee.
we'll
All
see.
right,
You know
so-
what? I mean, part of me will give him the benefit of the doubt. I hope it's good. We all hope it's
we all
good.
hope
Think
it's
about
we
how
don't
good.
want it to be bad, but
Yeah.
it's not looking good.
Think
It's
about
not-
how cool it would be if Wonder Woman was awesome in this movie.
That would be great. Speaking of Ben Affleck and the Superman Batman movie,
Okay.
he said in an interview, I just thought this was funny and worth mentioning. He said in an interview, first off, he was just reiterating that his Batman won't be competing with Christian Bale's. They're very different,
Yeah.
which I fully believe and I fully agree with. They're
Yeah.
going to be completely different. But he also said that his only movie he regrets is Daredevil.
Yeah, which no
Which
man,
don't
don't
feel
feel
two
bad
things.
about it.
One, that means he forgot about Gigli. And
Yeah.
two, that means people like you that love Daredevil. How do you feel about that?
People
pal?
like you. I think it's just person.
That hurts.
That is Jake.
and this person like you.
Because I would hope if him just instead of just bad mouthing Daredevil, he would talk about how
Where it went wrong.
he would talk about there were some problems and
he did.
I learned
he
from
did.
it.
You know, he did say that.
Yeah,
he said
but
he wasn't happy with where it turned out.
But I hope he would.
What
more
about
just focus on how he learned from it.
What about Daredevil do you find so fascinating?
Just, the movie.
Another story of regret involves Mr. Michael Bay.
Ooh, I love Mr.
They're
Michael
working
Bay.
on Transformers 4. Good for him. He said, this time we're not going to make it goofy.
Good for him.
He has said that
every single
after every single Transformers movie.
He can't help
Every
himself.
single one. He says, we went a little too goofy on the last
You
one.
know what?
Every single one.
can't
And you know
help
what? I feel like a bitch.
Because you believe him. Every time.
I believe him every
Yeah.
time.
I do too.
You know what? Because he'll do every trailer is a little darker and grittier because the trailers are ooh, it looks like they're gonna get it right this
They're
time.
in space and
Yeah,
they fight.
I give him the benefit of the doubt whenever I can, as goofy as it is, his whole thing, because he interacts with the fans very frequently. He has his own website where he posts updates and people comment and he'll reply. And he'll respond to criticism, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
you know,
But he never
he
changes,
gets it. Yeah, no, but I'll give him. I don't dislike him because
Oh, no,
he
I don't
seems like a
dislike
nice
him.
guy, and he seems like a passionate guy.
I'd hang out with him. I'd
Oh
want
yeah,
him to be my dad.
he's incredibly passionate about
It's
that.
just a little misguided.
Yeah, I mean, if he was just the action director and the movie had an actual director.
That's not a bad idea. Why?
No,
Because
it's
he's great at that.
Does he have too much of an ego that he can't just be the action
I don't
coordinator
know.
or something like that?
You know what? My thing is you know what? I think it should stay goofy because.
Well, because you know,
But change the type of goofy. Hire better comedy writers.
the
Oh my
the
God.
action. Michael Bay's action is great.
Yes.
It's great
Yeah.
action, but like,
A little too relentless
Yeah.
sometimes, but great.
his directing is so bad though. It's like
It's very wooden.
he can't direct a cat out of a box. Wee.
But yeah, so
I
that's
love that movie when the cat
basically
comes out of the box.
expect the same from Transformers 4 is what I'm trying to say, because he's giving it the exact same setup as
Yeah.
he has. in
You
the
heard it
I
here
remember,
first.
I remember in Transformers 3, like the second, like there was like a precise second where like all my hope just like diminished. It was like the cool opening with like Cybertron, and then suddenly it's like boom, ass shot of like the model.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, oh,
Yeah.
I was so stupid.
One other very quick story because we don't know anything about
Still
this.
developing.
Actually, yeah, just as we were filming, Bryan Singer tweeted out #X-Men, #Apocalypse 2016, exclamation point, I think. What the hell does
Very-
that mean?
Well, Apocalypse is like their main villain.
But what does that mean for 2016? Because Days of Future Past is 2014.
I guess X-Force, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, they were doing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey,
What? Bryan Singer? What?
I don't know,
Is
but
is he directing it or
I have no
whatever?
idea.
Or
But
is he
that's I'm just
excited?
I'm just a messenger, man.
Hey man,
Don't
Hey!
shoot him.
Hey man.
Yeah, don't shoot me, please. Next, we have a story that is interesting.
I love interesting stories.
curious to see
They're
what you
better
guys
than
think.
not interesting stories.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember those classic books, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
With the
I've-
horrifying,
1, 2,
yeah.
and 3.
with the horrifying
The
drawings,
Yeah.
beautiful,
illustrations.
brilliant, terrifying artwork.
Yeah.
Yes, by
Actually-
Stephen Gamble.
I remember I had it as a kid. I don't remember
I think we all did.
I don't remember any of the stories,
Uh-huh.
but I have one specific memory that I
Of
remember.
an image?
Of an image. I was looking for the book, so I knew what I was looking for. I was like
In the
shuffling.
library? Oh, in your
No,
room.
in my
Okay,
room.
yeah.
Like, I was shuffling through a pile of books. I'm like, where is that book? And then I found it, and like the image on the cover, like,
I can only imagine.
Yeah, I was like, that never happened to me before.
It was like unlike anything I can even form in my head.
It was like
Grotesque.
Silent Hill stuff.
Now,
Yeah.
by the way, I don't know if you know this, just a side note. They re-released the books for like the 20th anniversary or some crap
Yeah.
with new art.
What?
It's awful. It's
Yeah, I wouldn't
embarrassing.
bother then.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if you're gonna look this up, get the originals.
I'd love to pick up the original.
So what is the news?
The story is that Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark has been picked up, option to become a film, and it will be written by Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstan. I have to say their names in order, or I forget the order.
So who are they?
Saw 4, 5, 6, and 7.
You had me for a second.
I know.
Yeah.
And The Collector and The Collection.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
when you said
man.
Saw at first, I was like, wait, I don't
Wait
know.
a minute.
Wait a second, I've never heard of
Yeah.
their games.
I know.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, that's not good news.
So that's out the window. And also, what it's about is what you would hope it's about is
It's
an
an
anthology
anthology,
of
yeah.
the stories.
Of course not. Why would they do that? That doesn't
It's
do that.
actually about a girl who's apparently it's like a group of teens who are fighting against stories that come to life.
Are you-
Isn't
what?
Goosebumps to Jack Black the same exact
Yes.
That sounds like Inkheart, man.
That's okay, but that's exactly the Goosebumps book. It's the same exact thing, so you know this is in response
isn't
to
there
that.
like a bunch of other movies coming out right now where like the stories come to life? Oh no.
Jake, there are
We talked about something
3
else.
Peter Pan movies in the works and 2 Jungle Books movies in the works. Why are you questioning this?
Remember
Yeah,
the
no.
Page Master?
The only thing I'll say is that this movie will be good to me if they include this bitch, the scariest of all.
They won't.
Like imagine like her like just kind of like wobbling around.
Well, do you
Like,
know the
yeah.
story of this one?
No, I don't remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, look
told
it up.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look it up. It is horrifying, and that still gives me chills
Yeah.
to this day.
If they imagine, it's so
Yeah.
not gonna happen. But imagine they used the art as inspiration. Or
Well,
I
Yeah.
hope so.
One of
That's
the-
what it needs to
Yeah.
be.
I remember specifically way back on the internet, like maybe over 10
When
years
it was
ago,
first
like,
invented.
like when GIFs were like just becoming
The
popular.
one of her,
There was one of her that was like just still.
and then it moves. The
No,
first
no.
time I saw it,
Yeah,
it,
her
I-
eyes
I-
blink.
Oh no! See, I saw one where she goes like this.
Oh,
Oh.
It is the most
Oh.
chilling thing I've
Yeah.
ever seen in my life.
Oh,
I
no.
can't talk about it. Ah!
Oh,
Let's
God.
move on.
Okay.
Very quickly, I just wanted to mention this. We talked about the Hercules trailer last week, right? I think so. Or did we
The-
mention it briefly?
The bland,
Yeah.
uninspired.
It's what the hell's his
Kellen
name? Klutz.
Lutz.
Kellen
Kellen
Lutz.
Lutz.
You remember it
Lutz.
easily if you remember
Yeah.
that it's
Not
K
The
Lutz
Rock.
Klutz. But so he is Hercules in this movie, and it's funny because the movie was called Hercules: The Legend Begins. When I watched the trailer and I saw the poster, that's what it was called.
Yeah.
I swear, it was after the reception of the trailer, they changed it to The Legend of Hercules. I think they decided maybe we won't do
no,
more.
yeah.
But what's funny is they did it so hastily that if you look at the poster that they released, at the bottom, in the tiny print, it still says Hercules: The Legend Begins. They forgot to change it. That's how quickly they did it.
Oh.
Sorry, klutz. It is that time of year for Sleepy Skunk's annual look back at all the movies that came out this year, and we just wanted to give it a quick plug and make sure you guys check it out. Don't miss it. He does a great job. And if you don't remember, Sleepy Skunk is
We plugged him last
friend of
year.
the show, but he is also the one that did like a 30-minute cut of Amazing Spider-Man before it
put 'em
came
all
out
together.
from all the footage, and
Yeah.
Sony had it removed.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, they released all the
Yeah,
footage.
that was
so
all of their footage.
he's very clever,
This trailer mashup is
definitely
great.
check it out. It's a great
Yeah.
mashup. It always is. But I will say this leads us into he did have to cut some footage out of that mashup, and that is footage from Fast 6. Now, we're a pretty lighthearted show, so we don't usually cover when actors die or whoever dies. But this is a story about a movie, and so, of course, as I'm sure you heard, unfortunately, Paul Walker passed away in a tragic car accident. And I mean, it really is going to affect the movie because it's all about fast cars and fast driving, and meanwhile, he died in a car crash.
He's also the main character.
He's one of the main characters,
Yeah.
yes.
Brian
so
O'Connor.
that's
He's
going to
cool.
affect the filming. But what's also going to affect the filming is they have delayed the movie out of respect and also out of how could you jump back into it?
As of right now, indefinitely.
Indefinitely,
No.
yes, that's true. It will probably be pushed off. And I'm not gonna lie when I think about I feel really bad for the people that invested money and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot. Yes, someone died, but there's a lot of business stuff to it too. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
just
it's
an
a
awful,
business.
awful
Yeah.
mess. You can't forget it's a business.
A lot of people have lost a lot of money.
Yeah,
through
it's
this, yeah.
loss of life, loss of money, loss of just a
Just
lot
loss
of
of
things.
everything.
It's really a
The
mess.
fans lose
Yeah.
out on.
Yes,
unfortunately,
we
stuff
lose
in
out
the
on I
movie.
think having fun with it. It's not going to be the same.
Like
Yeah.
imagine them going back to film Fast and the Furious 7 and they have to film a scene where someone dies in a car crash because people die in car crashes all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
millions, not millions, but tons of people that
Yeah.
nameless characters die in car crashes
Yeah.
nonstop in the
Yeah.
movies.
So
But
now it's like, ooh.
yeah, so we'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted because of course I only just latched on with Fast 6. I finally got into the swing of things.
You
and
gotta go
realized
back
it
and
was
watch
fun.
Fast 5.
Yeah, I know, but so I was looking forward to it, especially because it's James Wan. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed that they can make it work, make something work, and obviously it's a crappy
I
situation
think so.
overall.
I hope so.
I think so. I'm glad
I
you
think they
it's
can
a crappy
salvage.
situation.
Well, no. I mean, I think they can salvage it because they did. The movie has been in principal photography for
Yes,
a little while.
so we'll see.
So
They'll do something. They'll pull it together. They have to. They can't just scrap it. That's for
No.
sure. So you will see a Fast and Furious movie. Although at this point in time, that might not be your main focus. But we will get to the point where that is something that we'll be talking about. So that's it for movie news, though, this week.
On that note,
It was on that sad note. No, it was not the most exciting week anyway. Though it was mostly Spider-Man leaks and weird stuff. And
Yeah,
don't forget, we
we
talked
were
about
talking
that
about
stuff in the trailer segment. But before we move on to video game news, why don't we take a quick commercial break?
hey guys, welcome back to Pretty Much It, and welcome back to the video game portion of the show.
I love being on the video game portion of the show.
Yeah, it's great.
It's slightly
You
warmer.
love being on it, like you were
Yeah.
invited here. Like,
It's slightly warmer than the movie news.
warmer, like
Warmer.
like
Like,
climate.
I feel warmer in my body.
Yeah, I feel a warmth coming on.
Good, it's because of me.
Like someone peed in the pool.
Yeah, it's you, huh? So what do we have for video game news this week, Fred?
Well, we have some celeb buzz. We have some celebrity buzz.
Video
Celebuzz.
games
Celebuzz.
are
Yeah.
nothing without celebuzz.
Let's just start off with the stupidest story I could find.
All
All right.
So Lindsay Lohan, this is still a rumor, but it's a fun rumor. Lindsay Lohan is reportedly in the works of gearing up to sue Rockstar Games for unlawful use of her likeness in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Only
Where was
because
she?
The girl on the cover.
She was okay. It was a couple of combined things. It's completely unrelated. The girl on the cover, who looks nothing like her.
Looks more like
First of all,
Justine.
the girl on the cover looks like Justine, or there's a picture of Kate Upton, same exact pose, same face, everything.
They just cut out
Yeah.
Photoshop.
And then there's also a random character in a game who is a parody joke, I'm a celebrity with all these problems.
So it's a parody of.
Of
Does she know
her
what fair
family.
use is?
Yeah. So
What an asshole.
I don't know. I think that's really stupid.
If
I
it's
really-
true, yeah.
I
But
really
you know
hope
what?
she
I
does
don't
try.
blame her because she's got nothing going
Not
on.
doing
So you got to
anything,
make
yeah.
your money somewhere. I
Hey,
guess,
she
right?
played Elizabeth. Oh, that was awful. Let's move from stupid news to good news, real news.
Woohoo!
Telltale Games has announced that The Walking Dead Season 2, the first thing, will come out this month.
Holy poopsie.
Yeah!
The first thing.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Like the first episode of it?
Yep.
They do it episodes, right?
Yep.
Are these going to be available on next gen?
I don't know. I, don't
I
think
hope so.
Are these just computer games? No?
Well, no,
Couldn't they be?
they were on. Well,
They're
yeah, they can get them on
everything.
It
Steam.
seemed pretty
Yeah,
simple.
iOS,
Yeah.
computer, Xbox,
Oh.
PS3.
But
It's
like
everything.
I played them on the Xbox.
Yeah.
So and I'm gonna sell my Xbox soon. So.
I already sold mine. I can't even play that shit.
Well, you can play it on Steam for
Maybe
Mac.
I will.
Steam.
Well,
Damn.
they also announced that there is another returning character besides Clementine. So
Who is it?
I can't remember his name, but he was the kind of Middle Eastern looking guy with the thin nose who got hurt.
Oh yeah.
He
That
showed,
guy that got hurt.
Yeah,
in the
he got
zombie
hurt.
apocalypse.
There's a screenshot of him in the game, so I'm excited to see how that's gonna tie in. Like if he hooks back up with her, or they just
Wonder Woman.
What? What are
You
you
can hook
even
up with
saying?
Wonder Woman.
What are you even saying? It's just cool though, but like we always talk about this, how Telltale Games just goes from like, okay, this game is coming out to whoa, here it is! Bah! It's here today!
Yeah.
So I guess keep an eye out because it's coming out.
It might be out right now.
Might be out
for all we
tomorrow,
know.
like or the next day.
Or right now.
Or right now.
I want my money and I need it now.
Why am I looking at you like this? I'm really creepy. I'm like,
I want my money and I need it now.
I want my Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 1 right now, and it's probably going to happen soon.
Well, I want my Battlefield 4.
Alright, speaking of Eric wanting Battlefield 4, which is strangely uncharacteristic, let's talk
But
about
it's interesting
Battlefield
how
4.
that's the next story, isn't it?
It is.
Arrogant.
Always working in those segues.
Can we get segues
even
here on
when
the
it's-
subway?
When it's not your part. It's my show now.
This is
Oh,
just Jake's time to shine.
It's my show now. I steer this segues. Battlefield 4, for those of you, I don't know if any you guys haven't really played it.
I don't got the next gen.
Well, it's on the regular gen.
Why would
That's
I want
good.
to be a
The
peasant?
Yeah,
Why
play
would
like
I want to
peasant?
be a peasant?
Why play like a peasant when you can just wait it out?
Wasn't that
Yeah.
the original PS4 slogan?
Why be a peasant?
When you can wait it out.
Battlefield 4 is pretty riddled with problems. They've been
Why?
steadily getting better, but
They were like promoting that game to be such a big thing.
it's like the biggest thing. But the problem is
The
that
biggest thing.
I think they rushed it out because
I'll show
they
you the
wanted to
biggest
get
thing.
it on Xbox One and PS4. So they were like, we gotta put it out right now.
Oh.
So it seems
it's
like
out
it's
then?
rushed.
It's out?
It's out and it doesn't work very well.
Oh shit. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought it was gonna be delayed or something. Wow.
Yeah, the problem is, first, the big problem was like playing online. Servers. It wouldn't connect. You couldn't connect online. You couldn't play online. And the game would crash a lot. But even though they've kind of fixed that on certain systems, that's still a big problem. And the game overall just feels unfinished. It's so glitchy. Half the time there's no sound. It's just an absolute mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Isn't
not
that
good.
incredible? Yeah, it's a mess. That's just my experience playing on PC and PlayStation 4, which I've been told are actually still better than the rest of the versions. But it's an absolute mess. But the biggest thing is that DICE, the guys who make it with
Yeah,
EA,
the guys who said it's going to be such a great game. They were
they
like,
announced.
our new engine is so cool.
Yeah, the Frostbite engine. It's
Yeah.
the best. Look, you can make buildings fall down. It just crashes the entire game.
What do they say?
They have announced that
Oh, no.
they're stopping all work on future projects and DLC and map packs and stuff like that to hunker down and fix the game that's out right now.
Well, that's good of them.
yeah, that's great.
At least they're trying to finish the game that people have already spent $60
I know
for.
it's awful. Like sometimes
They're heroes.
video
Yeah.
gamers just get like run through the ringer in
Yeah.
terms of
Imagine going to a
consumer rights.
movie and like a scene is missing.
It's just like, yeah, sorry.
Sorry, we'll get back to
Yeah.
that.
Finish it later.
Yeah, or like you go to a movie and it's like, well, after you leave the movie, pay another $2, come in, see another 5 minutes that we didn't feel like putting.
I just
in.
realized we're describing The Amazing Spider-Man.
Keep watching.
They
Keep
cut out.
watching.
They cut out half
Yeah.
of the movie.
Oh man, tune into the trailer section to see that. But really, Battlefield 4 is a shit fest. So honestly, from my
Like, you went from like describing it as like kind
That's my
of
review.
but seriously, that's what I can say about Battlefield 4. So I can't recommend totally playing it right now unless it's fixed.
So hold off.
Hold off.
All right, but you know what we don't have to hold off on, but hold on to the poll.
The poll.
Whoa! I'm not gonna touch it because I don't know how secure it is, but it's not a real subway.
What is the poll? What is the poll? What is the poll?
What's it gonna be?
What's it gonna be?
The poll
Well,
question
I was asking
last
you a
week
question and you guys
was
just got clapped.
Black Friday. What did you get for
Okay.
Black Friday? In third place, we got a portrait of Jake.
I bought my innocence
Wow,
back.
that's pretty nice. I really wish I was involved with that. 'cause
And
I
you were
could
making
use-
money from it.
I wish, because I gotta pay my bills and I can't.
In second place, we got
What is it?
a broken pelvis. I forgot what it was.
Really?
A broken pelvis.
How many people broke their pelvises at the same time?
See,
Or
Hundreds?
paid for
a
them?
broken pelvis could be pretty neat.
It wasn't what did
because,
you buy, it was what did you get.
What did you get? Oh, I get it. That's pretty funny. I thought I pictured him like going to a store and like Hulk Hogan's sitting there and you give him $1 and he's like, "Here you go, brother!" Boom! Like that, punches him right in the pelvis.
And in first place, we got PMI 3.0. Oh,
what
how
a-
sweet.
What a bunch
come
of
here, come here, come
Jake, don't
here.
you can't help it.
What did you guys get for Black Friday?
I got clothes. I just got a couple of shirts and stuff.
That's good.
I bought my innocence
Actually,
back.
maybe just
That's
one
better.
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bought your innocence back. Good for you. Like a Misfits, Misfits season 3-esque sort of thing.
Wow.
My
that's
innocence
obscure.
is back in my soul,
Good for you.
in my body.
That's good. That's great.
I gotta hold on to it tight this time,
That's
or
great.
else it's gonna slip away.
Don't let it
What'd you
go.
get?
I bought a Google Chromecast.
Oh, how does that work? Is it
Oh,
good?
It's good. I also have Apple TV, so I'm like, whatever.
So what's the point?
I don't
TV's a lot
know.
better
I
than-
love stuff. And I
you.
bought it for myself, not for my loved ones, because that's what Black Friday is about. What are you really gonna go out and buy presents on Black Friday for your family? No.
Yeah.
You're
A
gonna
lot
get
of people
sweet
do.
deals for yourself.
No.
You're gonna get a TV for yourself.
No. So that was last week's poll question. This week's poll question is...
What's it gonna be?
Drum on his
What's it
tongue?
gonna be?
With the news that a Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark movie is in the works, what is your favorite scary story to tell in the dark from those books, obviously, from 1, 2, or 3? Which is your favorite one? Maybe it's because of the artwork, maybe it's because of the story. It's probably because of the artwork, because the stories are all relatively simple.
Which one gave you the most spooks?
Yes, and we will go over our spookiest faves next week. And by the way, don't forget, next week, I think I said this last week, I am traveling, and we will be doing a Google Hangout again.
Oh, you guys, back to 0.9.
2.9.
Ah.
But we will very soon be in our studio space, and again, patreon.com/prettymuchit. That is going to help us cover that, because it's moving into Manhattan. It's not the cheapest thing, and of course, obviously, we're not expecting you guys to cover the whole thing, but it does help. It helps us a lot. So thank you very much if you have supported us there, and we're very excited to get into our actual studio in the city to get some cool things going, and... That's it for this week's episode. Don't forget to check out the Amazing Spider-Man 2 review.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that. That's gonna be great.
And that's pretty much it.